Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chairman, Pakistan People's Party and Federal Foreign Minister, Mr. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab, Minister Labour, SYED Ghani Sahab, Qasim Siraj Sumro Sahab, Professor Saeed Qureshi, Professor Saad Khalid Niaz, Dr. Jahazeb Haider, Head of the Liver Transplant Team, respected doctors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It indeed gives me pleasure to be present here during the celebration of the 75 living donor transplants that Dow University has done. It started off a year and a half ago, I believe, and Dr. Saad came over and he wanted financial support for liver transplants. Before this, the government of Sindh already has a liver transplant facility in Gambat. And there we started back in 2014, I believe. And after a lot of struggle, we started, and there we've celebrated 550 liver transplants that have been done in Gambat. When Dr. Saad came over, he said, Karachi also needs a facility. We've developed the expertise, but we're short of finances. And came forward, and I'm grateful to the team, grateful to Dow University for fulfilling the promise. And what I understand is that from the 50 financial support for the 50 liver transplants, they were able to get funding from private donors, and they've done 81 till now. I'll leave the announcement to Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, but then I just told Dr. Saad while we were walking over that I need a promise that whatever the government of Sindh provides, especially our tertiary healthcare, we've been very, very successful in public-private partnerships. What we've done is that we contribute in terms of resources, and the doctors get together and invite other donors to come in. So at least 50% of what the government gives, I'm expecting that the private sector will donate. One other thing that when he'd come over a few days ago, asking me to come for this event, I'd asked him that, and he told me that the private donors who come in, we link them to the patient. And those private donors look after the patient also. So what I said was, we are very slow. The government does not have that kind of passion, I would say, to follow up with the patients who've been treated. So what I said was that, why don't you do this? Each patient that you treat, 75% of the funds would come from the government and 25% from the private donor. So instead of the private donors, in this case, they contributed for about 25 or 31 patients, they would contribute for the entire patients, and they look after them. So this is something, and this would be a true example of a public-private partnership where each patient, each beneficiary would look towards the person who supported them, and the government of Sindh obviously, instead of 50, we would claim that we've done 75 liver transplants. So, and Dr. Saad has said, yes, we will make that happen. Apart from this, we've also inaugurated, Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari Sahab has inaugurated the outpatient complex, the 4 buildings, and I'm sure I've seen this complex. First time I was here was about 10 years ago. And I've seen this complex develop in the last 10 years. There was nothing here about 10 years ago. But this entire Ojha complex has developed, and a lot of credit goes to the Vice Chancellors, the previous Vice Chancellor, the current Vice Chancellor who've been working. I was here a year ago, I guess a year ago, for the Gamma Knife inauguration, and there too, I'm sure we had contributed. We'd said that we'll fund the patients who come in, and that has been working. The government of Sindh has been trying to really increase our tertiary health system that we have in this province, and as so even today the 75 treatments that have been done here, 15% have been from out of province. Similarly in Gambat, I was there once with Chairman Bilawal Sahab, and we went to, there were 4 patients who were recovering. And one was from Sindh, one was from Balochistan, one was KPK, and one was from Gilgit-Baltistan at that time. So the province of Sindh is treating patients from all over the country, and we are very proud of our doctors who've, obviously we can provide the financing, but it's the doctors who have to be given the credit of really implementing the policy of the government. Today I'd also, we are almost over with the COVID crisis, and even during the COVID crisis, though the Prime Minister has just been diagnosed of COVID today, but and even during the COVID crisis, the support that we got from the doctors, I requested them to go on media and run an awareness campaign, and they did it. And it was due to the efforts of the doctors that we were able to really combat COVID, and I'd really like to recognize our healthcare workers for their contribution towards this COVID crisis. Once again, I'm grateful to Dow University. I'm grateful to Professor Saad Khalid Niaz for inviting us here today. I'm grateful that Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, a few days ago, I asked him that, there is this event and I'd like you to come here. And he immediately said yes, that I am in Karachi and I'll come for this event. He's always been very, very supportive. Whatever initiatives that we've taken, especially in the health sector, we've got full support from Chairman Bilawal, and I'm sure that this support will continue, and we will do even better to serve the people of this province and this country. Thank you very much for this. मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ, मैं कर देता हूँ बिल्कुल। मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ डाउ यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ हेल्थ साइंसेस का और प्रोफेसर साद खालिद नियाज का, डॉक्टर जहाज़े बैदर का, कि आज हम सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं 75 हमने लिविंग डोनर ट्रांसप्लांट्स किए हैं डाउ यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ हेल्थ साइंसेस में। ये एक इनिशिएटिव था जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ सिंध की मदद से, और जब फाइनेंसिंग की ज़रूरत थी, डॉक्टर्स ने, ऑब्वियसली काम सारा डॉक्टर्स का था, डॉक्टर्स ने काम किया और उनको फंडिंग की ज़रूरत थी, तो हमने कहा कि जी हम 50 डोनर्स के लिए पैसे देंगे, और उन 50 की जगह पे वो 81 अभी तक कर चुके हैं, और उसमें प्राइवेट सेक्टर से बहुत ज़्यादा मदद मिली है। और ये पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप का हमारा इनिशिएटिव है जो हर एरिया में, और ख़ास तौर पे हेल्थ में और टर्शरी हेल्थ में हमने बड़ी इसमें कामयाबी हासिल की है। मैं बिलावल भुट्टो जरदारी साहब का शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि आज वो इस सेलिब्रेशन में हमारे साथ थे। उसके साथ साथ चेयरमैन बिलावल साहब ने ओपीडी सेंटर कॉम्प्लेक्स का भी इफ्तिताह किया है, और उन्होंने ग्राउंड ब्रेकिंग की है एमआर लाइनेज फैसिलिटी, जो कि कैंसर की ट्रीटमेंट के लिए एक इंतहाई ज़रूरी है, उसका भी इफ्तिताह किया, और वो तकरीबन 2.5 अरब रुपए की सपोर्ट से यहाँ पे डाउ यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ हेल्थ साइंसेज ओझा कैंपस में बन रही है। हुकूमत सिंध हमेशा कोशिश की है हमने कि हम हेल्थ सेक्टर में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फैसिलिटी अपने लोगों को दें, और ये फैसिलिटी ना सिर्फ सूबे के लोगों के लिए है बट पूरे पाकिस्तान से। और इस फैसिलिटी में भी जो आज हम सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं, आप देखेंगे 85% पेशेंट सूबा सिंध से थे और 15% पेशेंट बाकी सूबों से आके इधर उन्होंने इलाज कराया, और ये बड़ा महंगा इलाज होता है जो कि मुफ्त दिया गया है हुकूमत सिंध की सपोर्ट से और प्राइवेट डोनर्स, और मैं प्राइवेट डोनर्स का भी शुक्रगुजार हूँ जिन लोगों ने हमें कंट्रीब्यूट किया है। मैं एक बार फिर शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ डाउ यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ हेल्थ साइंसेज का, यह हमें आज बुलाया। इंशाल्लाह ताला ये पार्टनरशिप हुकूमत सिंध की हमारे हेल्थ सेक्टर की और प्राइवेट सेक्टर की जारी रहेगी कि हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इस सूबे के लोगों को हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज़ प्रोवाइड कर सकें। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद।